Okay, what's going guys? Still Sleep Sniper back with a video. I decided to make my updated best settings for Battlefield 6. I've really dialed in my actual sensitivity and everything. I found a couple tips that I can share with you guys that'll make a huge difference. I'm probably going to include a couple clips at the beginning as well, just showing you guys like how effective these settings are. And then I'll probably have a gameplay just afterwards that you guys can enjoy. But yeah, let's get right into it. I'm not going to really go over anything that's like on board. We're just focusing on controller. And then I'll touch into like audio and graphics maybe a little bit. But getting right in, I'm rocking a 70 sensitivity. If you guys remember my best settings from the beta, I was running a 50. During the beta, I went up to a 60. And then now I've settled on 70 and it feels better. 115 FOV. And then I got a 70 vertical aim ratio and 85 zoom ratio. I got uniform infantry aiming off, 100 aim assist, 70 slowdown, and then 0 on the snap. This sounds crazy, but I think the aim assist was honestly too sticky at the start. So turning it down a little bit, anywhere between like 60 and 80, honestly, is like a sweet spot. I settled on 70, but play around with it and see what feels comfortable for you. When it comes to the input curve, again, this is based off of personal preference. I have been finding some really good success with Battlefield 3. I was using Battlefield 4 for the longest time, but I wasn't hitting my shots as well. So now I'm on the Battlefield 3 for both of these two. And then we got Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3, and Bad Company for the acceleration preset, and we put that on 0. Again, I had this on before, I just wasn't a fan. And again, you guys will see what I'm talking about whenever we get into the more important step later on. Coming down, I don't really have anything else changed here. I put slide on O. I do have back buttons. I use a aim controller, so I got 4 back paddles. So yeah, I just use the back paddle to slide. And then when we come down to our actual zoom, I'm just on 100. Like it's just 100, and I got this on. I know some people have said to put it off. I'm still testing with it. But so far, with how I've been playing, having it on feels comfortable for me right now. So all these are on default, nothing's changed there. That's it for that. And then if you go all the way down, this is where the secret stuff is. I guess not secret, but the important stuff. So I got vibration all off, all this stuff's off. Here's the dead zone. So I put the center dead zone on 0, and I put the axial dead zone on 1. And the reason for that is somebody made a whole video. The dead zones in Battlefield are kind of more like rectangles, like squared. So the higher your axial dead zone, it adds this like invisible cross type of dead zone where you're going to have no registration until you get out of that cross area. So obviously the higher you have the dead zone, the bigger that cross area is going to be. I found putting it on 0 for the axial is just too low. I've jumped between 2 and 1. Now, I will say this, the center dead zone, you guys are going to have to mess with yourself. My stick has TMR sticks in it, so I don't have any stick drift. I can't get stick drift. So I can put those on 0 perfectly fine. I'll even like jump in just to show you guys. So it's on 0, 1, 0, 1. And then these are on the lowest as well. But that's it for my controller stuff. I will show you guys though, if I jump in here, there's nothing. Like it doesn't move by itself. Obviously if I like move it, you guys can see it's really sensitive. Like the very subtle movement or touch to the stick can make it move, which is really nice. But yeah, there's no stick drift. Like I can aim in, nothing. Into these sticks, nothing. Stays right where it is. So it makes for making those fine spots really nice. You can get really precise. And yeah, it's just, like I said, turning the axial part down, I think makes a huge difference. So get those as low as possible, probably aim for like a 2, and then your higher dead zone, get that to maybe like a 2 as well, 2 or 3, and it should feel way, way more responsive and way more comfortable. For graphics, I'm just running performance mode, 55, 55, 80. Weapon field of view is wide. Maxed out vehicle, FOV, all this stuff's off. Nothing else there. And then audio. This is what I've had success with for me personally. So 100 master volume, 100 sound effects, 0 music. I turn this down to 80. You guys can probably hear it if I like. It's loud. It's not loud, but it's loud enough to know what's going on. I turned this on 100 because I turned it down a little bit and I wasn't actually hearing soldiers talk in matches. So I turned it back up and now I can hear that clearly. Putting the UI down a little bit. And then this is where it's going to come into, again, if you're whatever system you're on. I'm on PS5, so I put Spatial 3D as my sound system with war tapes. And guys, it is the most immersive, best sounding experience you can get. If you have a decent headset, it's gonna sound so good. War tapes in particular, again, just adds a lot more, like, just grit to the sound. And hearing footsteps is probably the best on this one. I have had success with high dynamics also. It just makes the game a lot more quieter in a way. So I like war tapes. Or again, if you want this one, either or. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Give my settings a try. Let me know down below if you like them. I think they'll make a huge difference for you guys. I got a bunch of gameplay saved up that I want to post for you guys. Want to try to get into streaming again, but we'll see. Other than that, hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you guys in the next one.